With only 1 week left in the season, it's interesting to look back at the beginning. New York, with the Eastern Crown secure, made 2 key trades from their division rivals, Boston and Houston. Babe Borelli left Boston without a tried quarterback and gave New York a great backup for Joe Namath and a field goal holder that has helped set a pro football record. Bob Talamini, an all-pro guard from Houston, has helped turn New York's pass blocking into something phenomenal. And with only 1 week to go, these 2 factors are still winning for the Jets.
Although the outcome of the Jets-Bengals game was not unexpected, there were a few unusual happenings along the way. Number 87, Bill Peterson, picked up a block punt and stormed to the Jets' 2-yard line. It was surprising that in 4 plays, the Bengals could not bring it in for the touchdown. But maybe it wasn't so unusual after all, because the Jets' defense did seem to be getting some extra help. It was surprising that a veteran such as Babe Borelli, number 15, would try a quarterback sneak from his own 2-yard line and neglect to hang on to the football. Number 76, Jim Griffin, recovered for the Bengal touchdown. Cincinnati's number 38, Estes Banks, ran extremely well and averaged almost 9 yards per carry as the Bengals outgained the Jets on the ground. Number 58, Al Beauchamp, came up with the game's only interception, and this led to a Paul Robinson touchdown. Robinson, number 18, became the 3rd rookie in AFL history to run over 1,000 yards in a season. Despite Beauchamp's interception, there was no way the Bengals could stop Joe Willie's passes. But a great measure of Namath's success was due to his outstanding pass protection. As usual, he hit his 2 accomplices, number 83, George Sauer, and Don Maynard, number 13, in accounting for 2 Jet touchdowns. Near the end of the game, the numbing cold started to affect the ball handling. The Jets overcame this by sending in red-hot Babe Borelli, who passed to Bake Turner for the final Jet touchdown and a not unexpected 27-14 New York victory. On Sunday in Miami, the Boston Patriots started off on the wrong foot and ended up on their end zone. Frank Emanuel fell on the ball for a Miami touchdown. Boston's passing game was a study of ineptitude. Patriot quarterback Tom Sherman could not sustain a decent drive, as he was either intercepted here by number 57, John Bramlett, or dropped for a loss by the Dolphin pass rush. Sherman's net passing yardage in the first half was 3 feet. In direct opposition to Sherman was Dolphin quarterback Bob Greasy, who was having no trouble making connection. His 23-yard pass to number 21, Jim Keck, set up Larry Zonka's plunge for a touchdown. Which didn't set well with Boston coach Mike Hollaback. Perhaps the coach's displeasure sparked Jim Nance's 30-yard touchdown run. Unfortunately for them, this was Boston's only offensive outburst of the game. And it was to no avail as Miami roared right back on Gene Milton's 34-yard reverse and Greasy's touchdown pass to number 89, Carl Noonan. The Dolphins kicked off. Boston fumbled, and Miami recovered. Bob Greasy's pass to Jim Keck was good for 18 yards. Then from the 7, Greasy scrambled right and hit Doug Moreau for a touchdown. What you are about to see is not an instant replay. The Dolphins kicked off. Boston fumbled. And Miami recovered. Bob Greasy's pass to Doug Moreau was good for 24 yards. Larry Zonka then crashed over for his second touchdown, making the score 28-7 at the half. The second half saw no change in Boston's offense. Tom Sherman had little time to launch his passes, and when he did get them off, people like number 40 Dick Anderson made him wish he hadn't. Miami closed out the scoring with a field goal, set up by Zonka's 13-yard run and Greasy's 29-yard pass to Noonan. The 38-7 Miami victory was the Dolphins' first at home this year and should give the fans something to think about during the long, warm, and sunny winter. Buffalo miscues and a ferocious Oiler defense were the main reasons for Houston's easy victory, as the Bills just couldn't get unwound in the Astrodome. Buffalo quarterbacks Ed Rutkowski and Dan Dara threw 32 passes for a net gain of 10 yards. And the Bills' rushing game was equally as ineffective, gaining only 79 yards in 28 attempts, thus producing a lowly 89 yards total offense. Despite all this, the game was surprisingly close for the first 3 quarters. The Bills got a big break on the opening kickoff. Larry Carwell fumbled the ball and almost got killed in the process. John Pitt's recovery gave Buffalo possession on the 2-yard line. But things didn't work out as expected. The Oiler defense dug in and threw Rutkowski for a crucial 14-yard loss on 3rd down. The Bills had to settle for Bruce Alford's 28-yard field goal, which made it 3-0. But Buffalo came right back. Marty Schottenheimer intercepted a Pete Beathard pass and returned it 22 yards. Then Bruce Alford came back into the game and kicked a 36-yard field goal. This made it 6-0 Buffalo. The Oilers managed to score in the second quarter as Pete Beathard's passing found holes in the Buffalo secondary. On this play, Beathard threw a pinpoint strike to Jim Byrne, who almost scored. Woody Campbell did score on a 1-yard blast over the left side. This made it 7-6 at the half. Midway through the third quarter, Hoyle Granger, number 32, took off over the left side. This play accounted for 33 of the powerful Granger's 96 rushing yards. On the next play, Don Truell, who had replaced Beathard, performed his usual heroics as he hit rookie Mac Hike with a perfect 40-yard bombshell. This made it 14-6 Houston. Then Houston really exploded in the fourth quarter. Dan Dara, Rutkowski's replacement, fired a pass to Bobby Crockett. But Ken Houston, number 29, tipped it into the hands of Miller Farr, and the speedy defensive back behind beautiful blocking sailed in for a 52-yard score. This made it 21-6. Then Don Truell stepped back in and made it look easy as he tossed an accurately thrown pass into the hands of Alvin Reed, who was wide open. The play covered 29 yards and made the score 28-6. Miller Farr still wasn't finished. He intercepted another Darrow pass, this one intended for Monty Ledbetter, and waltzed in for a 40-yard touchdown. This was the last tally of the day, and it made the final score 35-6 in Houston's favor. Although Buffalo finished its season on a somewhat sour note, all is not lost. The Bills will have first choice in the college draft, and you can guess what that means.
The only excitement left in the Eastern Division is the race for second place. But in the West, tension is still building to the last week. Oakland must face the San Diego Chargers, one of the teams that beat the Raiders in their mid-season slump. The only problem is that Oakland seems to be having a late-season slump. They have just barely won their last 2 games against teams low in overall ranking.
The Raiders, who were favored by 23 points, quickly established themselves as heavies in other departments. Linebacker Ralph Oliver, number 56, and defensive end Ike Lassiter, number 77, did a sprightly number on Mike Current, number 74 of the Broncos. Oliver then briskly repaired to the DMZ established by the gentleman in the striped shirt. The Broncos then proceeded to do a tune on the Raider defense. Floyd Little moved a screen pass to the Denver 44. Marlon Briscoe, playing with his usual calm, burned George Atkinson with a bomb to Al Denson early in the first quarter. With everyone in the park poised for the Raiders' ultimate destruction of the upstarts from Denver, the Broncos added insult to injury when Charlie Greer, rookie from Colorado, intercepted Darryl LaMonica's pass intended for Warren Wells. How long can this go on? For a while at least, as Floyd Little makes it 14-7 Denver. Then it was Atkinson's turn again as he fielded the ensuing kickoff, made a nice dash upfield, and promptly fumbled the ball. It didn't last forever, though, as Oakland spotted Denver a 20-10 second quarter lead and then settled down and went to work. Passes to Billy Cannon, number 33, and Fred Biletnikoff, number 25, were instrumental in setting up LaMonica's touchdown pass to Warren Wells, number 81. But the Broncos hung right in. Briscoe threw several times to Floyd Little, who gained more than 150 yards during the course of the game. A Denver drive was aided by a piling-on penalty as Briscoe scrambled effectively all afternoon. Briscoe threw his second touchdown pass of the day to Al Denson, which made the score Oakland 30, Denver 27 early in the fourth quarter. The Denver defense was hitting very hard, and their only serious lapse made the difference. Oakland's Charlie Smith, number 23, turned an ordinary off-tackle slant into a 65-yard touchdown. The Broncos kept trying to come back, with Briscoe moving in more directions than an Egyptian belly dancer before hitting Tom Beer for 24 yards. Briscoe started his final drive on the 18 and was up to the Oakland 45 when Dave Grayson intercepted and returned it 54 yards as Oakland hung on for a 33-27 victory. In the beginning, it looked like it would be a contest between the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Diego Chargers. Kansas City fumbled twice in the first quarter, and San Diego led 3-0. Yes, it looked like a real close fight until John Hadel started passing, and Kansas City started intercepting. Number 20, Goldie Sellers, put the Chiefs within easy scoring range. Lynn Dawson capitalized on San Diego's first turnover by passing to a wide-open Gloucester Richardson. The Chiefs led 7-3. San Diego's first play after Richardson's touchdown. This time, number 46, Jim Kearney, set the Chiefs up deep in Chargers territory as the first quarter ended. In less than 2 minutes, the Chiefs scored again, with Dawson hitting Mike Garrett from 7 yards out. Kansas City now led 14-3. The Chargers got the ball, and for the third straight time gave it up. Sellers at his second interception. The turnover led to another score as Dawson connected with Frank Pitts for a 68-yard touchdown. San Diego now trailed 21-3. Finally, San Diego came alive late in the first half. Lance Alworth took the Chargers into Chiefs territory. But what was becoming the inevitable occurred. Number 42, Johnny Robinson, boosted the Chiefs' total interceptions to 4, stopping 4 successive Charger drives. The second half looked bleak to the Chargers. It was. The Chiefs drove 86 yards, and Mike Garrett scored his second touchdown. Trailing now 28-3, San Diego was understandably tense, and it showed. Then came the granddaddy of them all for this game. Number 63, Willie Lanier, grabbed Hadel's pass, and the linebacker ran 75 yards, picking up blocking by his defensive mates that would be the envy of any offense. The Chiefs led 35-3 and didn't let up. Hadel was now completely dominated by the Chiefs' defense. In his last 2 plays in the game, John lost 15 yards and then threw his 6th interception to tie the league record for that infamous honor. Hadel set out the entire 4th quarter while his understudy threw San Diego's 7th interception and was thrown for a 2-point safety. Sid Gilman's Chargers did more than just lose a ball game 40-3. They eliminated themselves from the Western Division title race.
The three-headed monster, otherwise known as the Western Division title race, has been killed. In its place is a two-headed monster, Oakland and Kansas City. Kansas City, to stay ahead, must defeat Denver on Saturday. The San Diego Chargers, severed from a division title, still have 1 bite left. Their intended victim in the last week, the Oakland Raiders. Since San Diego is already dead title-wise, it is Oakland that will be fighting to stay alive. I'm Charlie Jones.